What's going on, wrestling fans? Welcome into another edition of Nearfalls with D Hall, a wrestling podcast. Today, it is my favorite episode of the year, my favorite project, the WPIAL Preseason Preview. So pumped up to release this to you guys. Just right off the bat, we're doing it a little bit different than we did last year. Last year, I had them all together on one. It was like 3 hours long. It was a lot. This year, I'm changing it up. Each single team is going to have their own little video, their own little episode of the pod. So you won't have to sift through all the other stuff. Super excited for that. We talked to all these different coaches, man. I had 30 guys come on from across AA and AAA, which shattered my goals for this year, which is awesome. So yeah, man, I'm just super excited to release this to you guys. It was a lot of fun. These coaches were open and honest. They had great insight, and for me, man, just to sit down and listen to these guys talk about what they're wrestling, there's not much better in my world. So without further ado, here is the WPIAL Preseason Preview. Thank you, guys. Love Jens. As always, brought to you by Switch Custom Apparel.
Welcome to the Nearfall WPIAL Show, where Dial and Kaz are gonna tell you all the things you wanna know. Whether it's Trinity or Spencer Lee or Mr. Kurt Angle, just ask Vinny D, WPIAL, yeah, Ken and Mac for sure. They got the interviews to suit your soul, because it's Nearfalls in the WPIAL.
Okay, joining me now on the call, we have newly interim head coach of the Penn Trafford Warriors. I'm sorry, I don't know your first name. I should have asked that.
Larry,
I knew that. Come on, D-Hall. Coach Larry Homan. How are you, sir?
I'm great. How you doing, Donnie?
Doing really good indeed. So pumped up to have you on and talk to you. I've heard a lot of stories. I'm really embarrassed I didn't know your first name. But, man, Trav tells me a lot of good things.
I get told a lot of things, and my first name usually doesn't fall in there, so it's all good.
So first things first, my friend, I see an NC State shirt on you. How's the alumni look for you guys?
Let's see. So right now, I think we're down to like we had a good run there for a while with like Chisco's and Coy's. And now we're down to Dom Hartman is a freshman at Teal, up wrestling with one of my old teammates. Thurber, T-Dog, loves it, doing great, perfect fit.
Nice.
And then Troy down at NC State.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I think we're down to we're at 2 right now.
Cool. Well, hopefully we get more in there as the years go on.
Hayden just signed with Bloomsburg, so there's one.
There you go.
There and so yeah, I mean we'll keep them going.
Yeah, no doubt. Off-season program, how's it look for you guys this year?
Well, let's see. I'd say the summer was a little hectic. We usually have a little bit more consistency than with kind of his schedule, and it wasn't as consistent as usual. But the fall was awesome. 4 days a week. We had a good turnout. Now the fall is obviously we have guys that play football. We have guys on the soccer team. We have guys on the golf team. We have guys on fall baseball.
Golf team, let's go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was my little Barrett, Dylan Barrett.
He's a golfer.
He's a golfer. Yeah.
Squirrel, as Trev calls him. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Squirrel's after my own heart. I'm newfound love for Squirrel. I love that, man. Golfer, that's awesome.
I guess he's pretty good.
Ooh, let's go.
Now, I mean, obviously, like he can still train.
Mm-hmm.
It's golf. So
yeah, I played golf in high school. I know how it is.
he's still trained, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We have guys, doing other things, but they and then obviously the guys like him, Hayden, other guys that were training hard. Doing some of the fall, different fall, tournaments and Super 32s and Olympic duels and but the fall was really good. It was good. A lot of strength conditioning. We kind of follow the UPJ model. We had about a 6 week strength and conditioning, we had one day was long, like a long run. One day was time miles. One day was maybe like track workouts or bleacher workouts or, and then obviously throwing a lot of strength into that and functional work. And we actually got in and it's something I did before when I was coaching. We were in the pool once a week.
Oh, okay.
We did that for about 8 weeks of, one day getting a good pool workout. And I like to do that during the year too. So we're going to do that all year. In the pool like once a week.
I like that.
Well, I mean, the idea there is a couple fold actually. One, the obvious, it actually keeps them clean. Clean. So that helps. Two,
so true.
Getting in there, and it's still like pool workouts are brutal.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah. Wrestlers are not like, it's like rock. Like there's like they can't swim. So it's a hard workout. And the idea too is also, taking that pounding off of them. And what I found when we did it consistently is at the end of the year, all those muscles that they've worked so hard and they need something to kind of compensate. Well, all that work in the pool, all those little muscles and things that you can't hit become very important then because they're kind of helping compensate, for those muscles in your neck and your shoulders and your back they're just beat up, right? So you feel a lot, your recovery is a lot quicker. You feel a lot better at the end of the year because you've done that.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. I think that's an interesting training method. Moving on into the squad this year, who are some of the leaders you're going to be, leaning on to help, lead the squad?
Yeah. I think obviously the obvious and Hayden Coy's our, senior, leader. I think, I know they're the state qualifiers from last year, but they're state qualifiers for a reason because, they're doing all the right things, but Hayden, Squirrel and, Tasso,
Yep.
all different. They all have different.
Tasso's a stud. I love watching Tasso wrestle.
Yeah. Well, you were like, he literally steps in the room. He stepped in the room Friday,
right. He's a football stud, right?
Yeah. He broke the school record for the, against Hempfield. He broke the school record for yards. He had 300 and whatever the record. Yeah. But he comes in and you would think he was in the room for 3 months. He comes in, he's like, "I'm here, coach. Let's go." He puts the shoes on, and he is, right into the mix, right in, like leading in the runs. Like he just comes in and gets right to it. Hayden, quiet leader, doing the right things. Squirrel, the same thing. He's young, but the guys respond to how hard he works. Tasso's kind of he's the outspoken, like, this is what we're going to do. Let's go. He's he gets the motors running. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah. But he's one of those, he's an athlete. Like,
yep.
He leaves here. He's going to put a glove on. He's going to go play baseball. He's going to play football. We're not going to see him again until November 19th when the season starts. When he comes in, he's all in. Like, all right, coach.
Reminds me of Aaron McKinney whenever I was in high school. He stepped right off the football field right onto the wrestling mat at Powerade and almost placed. I was like, this dude's a dog.
Yeah. Guys, they just have that gift, right?
You know what I mean? No doubt about it. Okay, moving on. We talked about your seniors, some of the guys you're leaning on. How about freshmen, newcomers? Who should we keep an eye on?
We got, so right now it looks like we're going to bring two freshmen, Sydney Hand and Luke DeSantis. And both had really good junior high seasons, leading up to this. Luke was at least 1 or 2 time, junior high place winner, always, had a lot of success. So he's just a scrapper, grinder, like just wrestles hard, does everything hard. You know what I mean? It's not pretty. He's a grinder. And then Sydney, very good athlete, and all those workouts I talked about in the fall, and 4 days a week, he never missed one workout. Not one.
That's awesome.
Literally not one workout. So he's very committed, very just and he's a good enough athlete that when you're that committed, you're a good athlete, you're going to make jumps quick.
Very.
So I think he'll start off a little slow just because he's, physically getting used to the nature of how you can wrestle in high school. But I just think all year you're just going to be like, oh, his hand is getting better and better and better and better. So I think we got two really good freshmen that are coming in and make some noise right away.
Nice, man. Okay. How about coaching staff? Who's going to be helping you out this year?
So we have the same staff as we did last year. I mean, literally Trav and I just kind of flip-flop. So Trav and I, Jake Smith, Scotty Morgan, that's our core four. And then so I have two other coaches, Tony Zona, who wrestled for me a few years ago, John Doppelheimer, who wrestled for me quite a few years ago. So they're well, and actually those two and Jake Smith and Scotty Morgan, they're like I kind of like they're flex coaches. So I have all four of them rotating between the high school and the junior high. So they all have rotations in the junior high, and so we kind of make a schedule like the week before, and like, okay, hey, I send them out their schedule. Like, okay, these days, Scotty, you're going to junior high, and then Jake, you're going to go, so that they're constantly rotating between the two. And then the constants, Chris Hartman's my junior high coach, and then the constants at high school are me and Trav.
I love that. Okay. Next thing I have on the dock, room games, dodgeball, kickball. What do you guys get into?
They have this game. It's I guess it's called wall ball. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of. Oh my God, I don't even know. It's mixing everything together. Like they got two ends. Their goals. You can use the wall. It can bounce once. They can take 2 steps. And there's like a bunch of stuff going on. I know at the end, when you're down to the last one, you end up like on the wall and they get the fire
smack you
with the tennis balls on the, I play with them and
you get in there. Let's go.
We all Trav. We get in there. We all like,
I'm sure Trav's not competitive with those kids at all.
No, Trav does not at all. And I mean, all of them, Scotty, Jake, like it gets, I'm the one that you like say, okay, like I set the clock and I'm like, all right, we're done. Let's go. Let's go jogging. Let's get warmed up, get ready for practice. You know what I mean? They'll play that game all day.
I love that. Yeah, no, I could definitely see Trav getting like balls to the walls into it with the guys.
Yeah, we got some athletes we got some guys on our team that play baseball, and like when they fire that ball, like they can bring it. You know what I mean?
How about I had to ask. He just popped in my head. How about Big Joe Eaning? How's he doing?
It's been a little while. I've kind of called a few and texted him, and his he's always like, Coach, awesome, great. I'm having a great time. Like, so I know from talking to his dad that, I'll probably talk to him more than once the season gets over. I'll talk. To him.
For sure.
But he loves it out there. I know he told me it was in a call or a text. He's like I'm looking around. I think I found what's the one looking for?
Club?
No, jiu-jitsu.
Oh, nice.
Last year we sent him down to Isaac's.
Yeah.
Down to the Mat Factory. Because we didn't have anybody big enough, and
he's a monster.
Yeah, right. So we sent him down there. He actually worked out with Isaac's MMA guys that were 25, 26, 27-year-olds that actually can wrestle with them. And he like fell in love with like being down there and training and fighting MMA. Like he like at the end of the year actually said, he's like, Coach, I think I might if I didn't sign already, I think I might have changed my mind and wrestled and did like he kind of like fell in. Once he found some like a place where and he felt himself getting better and he had partners that
did he have a year last year, my friend. I watched him at where I saw him at the IUP tournament. I forget what it's called. It's escaping me.
Midwinter Classic.
Midwinter Mayhem, whatever it's called.
Mayhem.
Yeah, Mayhem. He was wrestling overtime. Kid from the middle of state literally just picked the dude up and just freaking smacked him down, pinned him. I'm like, that's a grown ass man right there, dude. And like, and then Kaz is telling me he won the Freilich Award last year for the best interior lineman. Just an all out monster.
That and he is one of the funnest kids to be around. Like he's you never know what he's gonna do, but it's always like he would do anything for you. He's one of those guys like you like with us. Like I could call him and say, Joe, I need you to come home. I need your back. Like I need someone to get my back. Coach, I'll be there in 7 hours.
Yeah. That type of cat. You love that, man. That's a foxhole type cat. Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah. So I've told him, I said, Joe, listen, I get that you want to do this. I said, go. You can literally you're good enough to be an NFL lineman. Yep. I said, go all in and go do that. And go play for a couple years because all he wants to do is fish. He loves to fish. I said, you retire after 5 years. I said, you'll get a pension. You can go fish all day long.
Yeah, forever. He's forever and ever and ever.
Oh, that's a great idea. Like I'm like, yeah, you'll get a retirement. You don't have to, like, he's like, yeah, like so. Because he's good enough. He's big
right.
enough.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
And he has the mentality.
No doubt. Okay. Next question I have: schedule. What's it look like for you guys this year? Is it changed a little bit with you switching roles with Trav, or are you kind of the same?
Our schedule like for the year?
Yes.
The only change we made was we always started the year at Eastern area, which is next weekend actually. But we're going to Hickory.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I mean that was one, and that was always a good tournament at Eastern area, but.
It's early.
I try to get as many tournaments with different teams that we don't see. Like, and that was a good one because Reynolds is there and Ridgeway's there.
I just had this conversation on my last one. That little area is tough up there, man. Yeah, Reynolds and Greenville and what else is up there? Hickory. I mean, there's a couple nice little schools. Shout out Mason Beckman.
Like from I guess would be like the north central there, like. Ridgeway and Brockway, they're all there. I think I saw like Brookville on there, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of those teams up there. Kane. Like I got to tell
District 9, District 5, all those guys. Yeah.
Like they're gonna walk on the mat, and they're gonna punch you in the mouth, and you better be ready to fight back. Like
Farm Boys. Yep, I love that.
You ready? Be ready to scrap. Like be ready to fight. That's what they need more of. So, and then they walk in, they don't know who them guys are. They have no idea. So they just those tournaments are always fun just because they just
let it fly. That's awesome. Okay, social medias. How can I follow your squad this year? So
we have, and I actually have one of my guys on it. So we have an Instagram. It's let me pull it up right now. That was on one of my goals for our staff. I said, so I put Jake Smith on it. It's Penn Trafford Wrestling.
Nice.
And that he's in charge of our Instagram page. So we started off got some like preseason stuff on there. I just took him over to AJ's over the weekend over at his farm. He has a 300-acre farm now.
Nice.
AJ Brensel. And we got like a team picture we make a poster. We did it on like one of his tractors, and everyone's all dirty and had our work gear on. And I said, our phrase for the year is putting in the dirty work. So we got our poster, and then I said, bring your stuff because we're going to go run the farm hills. So we were doing Buddy Jerry's in the back. He has a farm hill. Looks like a ski slope.
They thought they were going for a photo shoot. Lo and behold.
They knew what we were doing next.
Okay. That's good. Okay.
So that was like some of the preseason stuff, the pull workouts and things we have posted on there. And then, so I have Jake. Obviously, young guys are a little better than that stuff at me. So, practices, all the so we're gonna have our year on there. So, yeah, Penn Trafford Wrestling.
Good stuff. Okay.
You'll find it on Instagram.
First time I've ever had you on the show, my friend. Favorite Nearfall or Penn you've ever been a part of?
Say it one more time.
So, favorite Nearfall or Penn you have ever been a part of? So, as you think about that, chew on that. So, it can go different ways, right? You're coaching a kid, he sticks someone or gets a Nearfall over someone that he's been trying to get over the hump against. Or you, when you were wrestling, you pin someone to go All-American or dual meet or whatever the case may be. It could go. One dude said it was just watching guys in the NCAA finals, how electric it was. Vincenzo Joseph, whenever he got the pin. So, what's yours?
Well, I got two. Well, from a pure standpoint of a coach or just a fan. I was sitting in the stands at Albany for the 2001 national tournament, and I remember his name, from Oklahoma, is winning 14-1 against the cement job kid from Lehigh.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to. That's a little bit before my time. That's the problem.
2001 was probably one of the best NCAA finals I've ever watched. So, and I'll remember the names after we get off, obviously. But it's the name. When I say the name, it's one of the Northampton like.
Got you.
Names.
Well, whenever I edit this, I'm gonna put the name right above your head. So.
Oh yeah, you will.
Yeah.
So he literally is winning 14-1, and their coach is yelling, "Don't shoot, like trying to get the last takedown to get a tech." And there's about 40 seconds left in the third period. He shoots, wham, cement job, like literally 10 seconds left, sticks him.
Madness.
It was like the place was, obviously going berserk. We were in the Pepsi booth. One of our UK brothers had a Pepsi booth, with the screen. Like we were in nice seats, looking, perfect view. And it was right after Cale won his fourth. It was whenever Greggy Jones won his first, when everyone's like, who's this freshman that just won, like all of those things in one finals.
That's awesome. You got one more for me. What's another one?
The other one was quick. It was last year. And it was, I guess it was Nearfall. It was Tasso. Tasso was getting clobbered by this kid. And he was losing like 9-1, 10-1. And kid steps in, he hits a headlock on Tasso. Tasso hits a headlock on him, and literally, like, I think he's trying to pop his head. Like, and the ref, stopped the match.
Yeah.
And he would have to fall. And he came over in the corner, and he was like,
losing it.
I got you. I'm going to kill this kid, coach. I'm going to kill him. I said, how about? Oh wait, my wife's. Yeah. So back to that when it was No, you got the wrong one. Not him. I said, hey, Tasso, we got a bigger problem. Like you're down like 10 points now.
Yes.
Fought back, completely broke the kid and won like 17-14 or something.
That's awesome.
And it was nothing but just pure guts. But that headlock, he was flat. He wasn't moving. Afterwards, refs like, you know what? I know I should just call the.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't know if that kid was going to wake up. Like Tasso was just.
But he got him anyways. Came back and got the dub. That's awesome.
Even better than getting a pin. I said, Tasso, it's even better. You broke him. Like, You think that kid wants to wrestle you ever again?
Nope.
No.
Done.
That's what you want. So
that's awesome.
Those are my two.
Okay. Anything or anyone you want to shout out before I leave you go, my friend?
No, not really. To you for doing this, we appreciate you. Like that, your support of the wrestling community and all you guys that do these. Like I'm always, appreciative of what you guys do and supporting this sport and getting it out there in the public more. And so we all appreciate what you guys do. And anything I can ever do to help, promote you and promote the sport, I'm all in.
My man, appreciate that. We're going to be doing, Kaz and I are going to try to do Tuesday shows, Nearfalls and the WPIAL. So maybe I'll pull you or some of the kids from time to time, talk about results or upcoming matches, whatever the case may be.
Well, the WPIAL is always crazy, right? There's always plenty of stories going on in the WPIAL. Like,
yes, sir. You know that. Yes, sir. It's the best, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait, my friend. Thank you so much, and
You're
I'll
welcome.
see you at a tournament or match very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks again. I appreciate the time.
My man.